Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy Tactics. Uh, that was wrong. Save. I need to load an actual save from before I went into the Clockwork City. Should I believe this one? Hello. Welcome to the stream. So, I was going to get out to look for guns, but I forgot that there's a scene that takes place when you come here in Chapter 4. What else? I don't know my zodiac symbols. I'm not sure which one that is. Side story commenced. Oh wow, it's actually giving me like quest markers. At certain points, you may have the option to take part in side stories. Advancing through these side stories could be to your benefit, as they may present opportunities to recruit new allies to your party. A blue icon on the world map indicates the location where one of these side stories can progress. There's also a new rumor available. Uh, I think I already had those. Hey Dexy, thank you for stopping by. So, the other thing I did off screen, let me check. There's a mithril gun available. I figured it was probably better for chemists than the assassin's dagger. So I did a lot of training, and now uh, Little John doesn't have it, but Haemon and Winifred and Ramsa, for what it's worth, can all become arithmeticians, which is what I basically needed to do all of the rumors that I had, or all of the, a lot of things that I hadn't been able to do yet in terms of errands. I think I have, yes, I need a rumor here. Can I read it, please, Ramsa? Monsters have infested one of the many coal mines in Galand. A coalition of miners petitioned Baron Adiat to dispatch the Scarlet Orchids to slay the beasts, but the war means he is unable to spare any troops. Anxious to be rid of the monsters, the miners approached the Hunters Guild, offering a handsome bounty. In turn, the guild scrolled too far. Now seeks volunteers from outside its members to assist in the task. Although many hope that the beasts will be put down without delay, there are fears that a sudden influx of reckless sellswords and monster hunters into Galand will pose its own set of problems to the peaceful mining town. And now I can go to the Salia. And the game auto saves too frequently, but I'm going to save myself as well. Cheers. Milk drinker. Rar. I definitely want him in my team. Beowulf is an excellent character. How much coin would buy your blade? He's a guest for now. No, I do not believe I will. You can go up, so you don't have to go down and encounter it. Let's check out Beowulf, though. He is a Templar and has Spellblade. It has a lot of the same stuff that Orator has. He's just better at it. Uh, Pardon me. He has the same things as Mystic has. He's just better at it. Battle at Gulland Mining Town. I should have done some changing of my party. They're not exactly prepared for battle. Sure they are. She has teleport now, but is not, has not finished mastering Time Mage as of yet. I switched him back to Black Mage because I needed the magic. Or no, not because I needed the magic, because I needed people to reach uh, Black Mage level 4. Or Black Mage something or other. I needed to level up Black Mage, so I made him a Black Mage so I could get Spillover JP. This will be fine. I'll try that as is. Mining Town of Gulland Colliery Floor. Place 5 units. While I'm thinking of it, I did get a achievement off screen while I was training. Can I see my achievements here? It was the Poacher's Way for successfully using Poach 5 times. I reached level 40 or above with 5 different party members, but yeah. Okay, I can put 5 people down. Let's... He hasn't mastered Ninja yet, which is why I'm still using him. Keep the Time Mage over here, and we will put... I'm not using Agrius or Mustadio currently, because I have other things to do. Let's see a couple chemists. I see 4 chemists. I don't see anyone else. I assume that they will all have guns. That one found a item. And they're just all going after my ninja. Yes. Oh, there's one that I couldn't see behind the... So between 5 chemists, they all shot him and he went down. Beowulf is just going to attack. So too will Ramza. I can poke him from down here. Very nearly dead. You know what? Let's kill you. So teleport uh, has a better chance of working if you're, or the less you try to teleport with your teleport, the better chance it has of working. Uh, if I do second level, it does 86. Is it 86 no matter what element I choose? No, Blizzard does more. So I will hit you with a Blizzara. I do want to revive my ninja, of course. But I need to do some damage to the chemists first. They're probably all going to shoot my mage. Oh, no, they're actually spreading the damage around a little bit this time. Oh, they're going to try and revive their guy, though. And he's going to use a nice big potion on himself. Well, it means I was taking less damage. I like that. That's another one down. I assume that they have a limited number of items. I can still kill this. Darn it. Let's teleport here. And get a haste going. If I could hit more than one, I would. Actually, I have to be careful. They're moving pretty soon. Nothing I cast is going to happen anytime soon. Let's just focus this turn. I kept her under there so that they can't, like, shoot her, but that will work on 3 of us. Alright, 82% chance I had there to finish him off. They're just going to keep reviving him, though. I don't know if enemies even have a limited number of items. For all I know, they can keep reviving him indefinitely. Huh. 420 with that critical hit. Who's that number 4? It's the guy that's close. Are they all more weak to Blizzard than they are to... I think so. I'm going to haste her as well. He won't come back down before... like, before anyone moves. So, I'm going to shout. It increases brave, magic attack, physical attack, and speed. Lord, this is horrible. I need to bring him back before his meter goes to 0. I'll kill you as many times as I have to. Beowulf will help. I can throw things if I can get into range to throw said thing. In fact, I have items that are made for throwing. That would do 100. A flame burst bomb would do 80. The snow bomb would do 80. The spark bomb would do 80. I can buy all these things, by the way, so it really doesn't matter what I throw. I just want to do a lot of damage. I can literally throw a book at him. The diamond sword probably does the most, and I don't know if I want to throw that. Or I can stay away from them and, like find a place to focus up. I want to, if I can, haste Beowulf because he's doing a lot of good for us. And if I can haste him, I want to. Please tell me I can act like right away to kill that one. He's gonna high potion and run. So the fire won't take him out, but he's quite injured. I need to heal everyone. Have some health. It is raining hard outside. Which, I mean, I knew that we had a severe thunderstorm watch until, well, it was until like now. But if it's actively thunderstorming right now, I assume it was, extended or upgraded to a warning. It looks like Beowulf has items. Good for him. Alright, so that was my first instance of teleportation failing. It can. Give me a second. I have a notification in my way. Okay. I can't do a whole lot right now. Everyone's already hasted. Okay. That will kill him if he's not healed before then. I'm gonna try and get the ninja up there. And I'm gonna stab this guy. And now I'm gonna hit myself with a blizzard. Well, that's a drag, but I can throw a potion to him. I thought Beowulf had some ranged abilities. I decided not to attack or not use Reflect because I didn't think they had magic. But it looks like some magic is about to be cast. Uh, can I actually cast Reflect before it goes off? No, it happens right after. It looks like anything I can do happens right after Blizzard. Actually, let me just take this guy. What chance do I have of hitting him? Not great. I'm trying to figure things out. Hit both of them. Cloak evasion. I love it. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Darn it. I'm a fool. It doesn't tell me when I'm going to come down, but I'm going to try it. I missed one. All Beowulf is doing is using my high potions. There was an auto potion there. That's a shame. Alright, Winifred's going down. That was expected. Dude, just kill the chemist. 95% chance of hitting. Get behind you. That means that both hits are almost guaranteed to strike. They are not out of Phoenix Downs, just the one was out of range. Can I shoot this one? Not from there. They're all much too far away to actually be able to do anything about him. Alright, there's one guy left. Will Blizzard go before him? Sure will. 100% chance of hitting. And that is a victory. It was a little dicier than I thought it was going to be. A mithril bow and a mithril shield. Along with a, hefty purse of coin. Now we're going to the slope. I can probably master ninja, actually. No, I already did master ninja. Why did I not change him? I think it's because it's just the best job for him to have. I could get poison, but I'd rather get some other things. She's awfully. She did master chemist. Then why is she still a chemist? Why did I forget to change everyone's jobs? Ramza is very close to mastering Judean. Okay, let's change some people. You do not need to be a chemist anymore. You have 66 faith, which makes me think that, magic may not be the way I want to go with you. I haven't made any samurais yet. I'm gonna make you a samurai. Unfortunately, I don't have any samurai weapons. Well, then never mind. uh, no, while you don't have the best faith, I do need someone to be a white mage right now. So, it's gonna be you. And at least give you Kira. You already have Protect. Alright, I'll give you those 2 cures, and you have Protect and Shell already. That's something at least. Ramses stays there, you stay there, you stay there. If I had Samurai, maybe I would give it to you, but I did not. How about Geomancer? Actually, I have a couple good reasons to make them a Geomancer. Primarily attack boost. That will help me steal things later. Alright, we will try like that. I have no idea if this is going to work out. I expected to actually do completely different things today than this battle. I now have a bunch of mages on this team. And more chemists. Well, one thief. He's gonna try to steal heart. The 56% chance worked. He has an ice gun, and that did a lot of damage. There's a beast back there that he just disabled. A behemoth king with 715 HP. Good that he disabled that. We have uh, a regular behemoth. It only has 662. Looks like just the one chemist maybe this time, and a couple thieves. I'm actually going to move back and just get some stat boosting. So I didn't win the snowstorm. I'm actually going to wait here until I can get a protect on everyone. Unfortunately, oh, I successfully used teleport and took out my own white mage. Darn it. And unless Beowulf has items, they're not coming back. Or unless Beowulf knows Phoenix down, they're not coming back. It's okay, I didn't know the layout. Now I do. 169 on Thunder. 211 on Blizzara. But he moves before me, no matter what I do. Let's just retry, because that time the Steelheart missed, so it's a completely different battle. And the disable still hit. We're gonna haste 3 people. I can't actually reach him with any of that, so. And we're also going to put a shell on, or not a shell, a protect on everyone. One of them missed. I was not expecting that. He's trying to steal my helm and was successful at it. That's a bummer. So even if I move here, I can't reach that uh, chemist with my jump. Oh, I did not mean to jump. I actually just wanted to stab him. Shoot. Actually, let me check the range of the behemoth before I move. Yeah. Uh, I'm still worried here, though. I got a jump achievement. Yeah, I don't have any way to revive a ally. And the fact that Beowulf is not doing it makes me think he doesn't either. The Behemoth King is no longer disabled. And I still can't bring back anyone. Good lord. That's a lot of damage. I think I need to not do this right now. Because the behemoths are just so massively powerful. Unless there's something that they're incredibly weak to. They're moderately weak to ice, or at least it would do more damage than anything else would to them. And even if I do take all of these people out, oh well, that's a one hit KO. He moved before Ramza could do anything. So the jump just fails. The magic fails. Beowulf gets shredded. No, he survived, but I can't even get to anyone right now. Cool, so Beowulf survives. Jeez. And there's Winifred's crystal. Is it conceivable that I could still win this battle? Sure. But it's not very likely. I would need a first strike here. Yeah, between Beowulf and uh, Ramza, it's conceivable that we could eventually defeat the Behemoth King. Okay, never mind. There's no way we would win. Now it's just Beowulf. If he gets hit once, he dies. Actually, no. He would actually possibly win this. I just want to see if he wins. Beowulf is very good. He just didn't really help me in this battle. Yeah, Ramsa. Okay. We're going to load from before going into any of that. Actually, now I have to go through this again, but we're going to do what I was going to do instead today. And we'll come back to that another time. So we were getting absolutely decimated by Miliuda. No, Miliuda. Someone. I want to make Ramza a monk. And I'm going to give him uh Instead of JP boost, I'm going to give him attack boost. And I thought he had. I thought I'd gotten teleport with him. I'm mistaken, but movement plus 2 might work. And then I'm going to make his secondary ability steal. And we're going to do something similar with learn attack boost. And we're going to do the same thing with Little John. You can do chakra. That's good news. Let's give him counter. Is he still using counter tackle? Okay. I do want to use Agrius here, if I can. I'm not going to use Mustadio, he's just too squishy. So if I'm using 1, 2, 3, I can do at most 2 more. I should have a... Yeah, we'll just see. If my thief plan works, then it doesn't matter what job anyone else is. Can I not put Ramza over here? Ramza cannot be assigned to group 2. Then I'm going to put him there. And I'll give Time Mage and Black Mage here. And over here, we'll put Little John, and then we'll put Agrius behind. Alright, we're gonna try this. So, Meliador was a problem. It's been a while, so I'll let them talk again. Alright, so our job is to defeat her. And we know that she's a problem. I was hoping that I could teleport, but since I cannot, I will get here and I don't have my usual stuff. Actually, there's nothing I can do. I can hit you with a shockwave, I think. No, it did nothing. Okay. Meliador's running. I didn't think she would run. Thought she would come for me for sure. Like those archers up there that are a big, big, big problem. Can we potentially silence the mage? No. Raymu's gonna hit. Well, let's finish you off then. I hope that Melita won't do anything to me. Ah, darn it. That was a... Ah. That was a poor choice. She's going to try and crush Agrius's helm, and will almost guaranteed to do it. What's going to do the most? That would do 149. That would do 149. That would do 149. It doesn't matter. Alright, I'm just going to come up behind Miliado. Both the Brawler of Monk, which I have because I'm currently a monk, and the attack power of Geomancer, for one reason or another, actually increase your percentage chance of stealing. So I have a 51% chance of stealing her weapon. I was successful, and now she can't use her ranged crush abilities anymore. We still have a problem. Agrius had her helm crushed. That can cause instant KO. Let's see if I get lucky. No, but the magic will finish it off. Alright, the problem is that Agrius is now down. I think the Chantage protects her from slow. Nope, it does not. We're gonna try and steal the Chantage because I really want it. And I stole the Chantage as well. And now I just punch her. sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. I mean, I'm talking a lot for the end of the battle. Shame that we lost the helm, but we gained an excellent weapon and accessory. Oh, and a jade armlet besides. I did over 400 damage by punching her with Ramsa, and Little John was the top contributor. So the Chantage can only be equipped to female characters. It grants regen and re-raise though. So you get health back every action, and if you go down, you come back. So yeah, I'm gonna put that on. And the Defender is a very powerful sword as well that can be equipped by knights. So yeah, that's for that. I only have a circlet for now, but it'll work. I really wasn't too worried about him actually learning too much monk skills. It was just something to do. Uh, Not many people actually got to do many actions, so I didn't get a lot of JP there. And of course, Ramza has long since mastered Monk. She'll be a master knight before too much longer. 591 to level 8. I need more than that to master it, so she will master knight before, uh, or she will reach level 8 before she masters it. New rumors. We have lots of errands that we can do now, and we should do some of them at least. Looks like he's got mostly mage style things. Anything new for my current mages? No. I can improve Marak and Rafa's gear, even though I'm not using them right now. Okay, we're gonna go back to... I'm gonna save in case it tries to send me through the place where I have bad things waiting for me. Okay. So, we have errands to do. And now we have jobs unlocked that we did not have in the past. So, we're going to try and get some of these knocked out if I still have a page pulled up that helps. Sure do. So I see Extinct Beast at the top of this. I'm hoping I'm not missing any. Oh, Mimico the Minstrel, I see. Already. Thief and Orator are the top skills. Arithmetician is a backup. So, I will make you an Orator because you do not have uh, stuff there. I will make you an Arithmetician. No, I'll make you a Thief. And I'll make you an Arithmetician. Arithmetician is one of the most powerful jobs in the game. We just haven't really had a chance to use it yet. And I will do the 16 days. And there's a easy path between Egros and Zeekton Fortress. So we don't have to flee from any unsavory battles. It's possible that I missed some errands because I've advanced too far in the story, but hopefully not. The traveling minstrel Memiko recently gave his first performance in nigh on 10 years. After an extended creative slump having once been a perennial fixture in Egros' nightlife, this show was his most spectacular yet. Over the course of several days, we rehearsed as his dancers, and our performance helped create a raucous atmosphere on the night, the likes of which Egros Tavern had never seen before. We later learned this was a farewell performance prior to Mamiko setting out on a world tour. We wish him all the success he deserves. And Extinct Beast is the other one I have available here. No, I do not want the Sheets app. Unless I found a Google Sheet that has all this stuff. But it's not actually in alphabetical order. Samurai, Ninja, and Monk are what I want here. Well, Little John has mastered Ninja. I'll make him a Samurai. Haemon can become a Ninja. And Winifred will become a Monk. I'm going to try and use them as much as possible, because they're actually people that I use, and getting them JP in as many jobs as possible feels like a good idea. I'm going to do a longer path and I'll just flee from battles. At least to get the first few days of the journey complete. This one does give me access to another one. A Chimera. The Chimera, a monster thought extinct, had indeed reappeared in the Egros region, prompting the locals to seek help. We set out to eliminate the abomination, a foul creation bearing the features of numerous beasts thought to have been wrought in ancient times. It seemed unlikely that nature had revived the creature, and many believed that some forgotten sorcerer had brought it back. After a lengthy battle, we managed to fell the beast. Alright, new errand available because I just did that one. Metamorphosis to misery. Hear me please, my pet dog has turned into a monster. I fear my only option is to slay the beast, but I cannot bring myself to do it. I'm guessing since I had to do what I just did, the jobs are probably the same. No, just ninja. So, let's use as many ninjas as I can. Can Winifred become a ninja? She sure can. Can Margeria become a ninja? She sure can. So I won't use Little John since he's already a master ninja. But since I need ninjas, ninja, ninja, ninja. Errands are so much easier to do in this remake when you can flee. We were called to assist in an unusual case of pet-turned-monster. The metamorphosis resulted from magics that the pet's owner, Diara, a young woman of 8 and 10, had experimented with after finding an ancient tome of spells in her family library. After disposing of the pet and questioning Diara, we learned that the Chimera incident in town not long ago was also her doing. We elicited the promise that she stop such experiments and turned her into the authorities. Alright, we are temporarily done with errands at Egros. Let's see what the Magic City of Garland has for us, starting with Stolen Tomes. I'm guessing Arithmetic's tutor wanted is Arithmetician. That would be my guess. Stolen Tomes, Garland, Time Mage, Geomancer, and Arithmetician. Well, I considered making him a Geomancer, so let's do that. And Winifred has been the Time Mage for a while. Time Mage, Geomancer, I'm already forgetting what the other one was. I did not get much sleep. Arithmetician, okay. Let's make him on the Arithmetician then. Geomancer, Arithmetician, and Time Mage. Several valuable tomes were stolen from the Garland Academy for the Magical Arts. According to witnesses, the thief was a man of some 30 years who escaped from the Academy's second-floor window before boarding a nearby ferry. Unfortunately for him, the ferry sank soon after leaving port, and we were able to raise the vessel and retrieve the books. The tomes were of no great monetary value, but the staff of the Academy were delighted to have them back. And we got a Purse of Gil as a bonus. Shoreline defense. Objects of undetermined origin have been washing up on the shore. Order is the only necessary job for shoreline defense. So let's make the people who have not mastered order an order. Actually, no one's mastered order. I haven't done much oration. Only 9 days for this one. I could actually, I believe, temporarily just turn off random encounters entirely so I wouldn't have to flee. But I would hate to forget to turn them back on. We investigated the mysterious items washing up on the shore near the city of Garland. For the most part, we found refuse that had merely been carried by the currents, and the Merchant Council official who joined us stated that it posed no danger. However, in amongst the garbage we found a small bottle containing a scrap of paper with writing on it. When the official read the message, he became suddenly flustered, but would not reveal its meaning. He quickly paid us a large sum of coin and left. The truth of that missive may never be known, but from what we did see of it, the note appeared to be a plea of sorts. Sounds like it will lead to another job. And arithmetic tutor wanted. I am a student at the magic school, but I don't understand maths. Very good. Please teach me maths. Thank you. Maths is actually proper English because it's short for mathematics. But in the US, we just call it math. Oh, it actually wants chemist and ninja. Okay. Well, Margeria has been working on chemist. No, she mastered chemist. Well, then be a ninja. You never mastered chemist. You can be a chemist. Ninja is the backup job. I can't send Ramza on jobs. Radolf, be a chemist. You're already a chemist. Chemist, chemist, ninja. I'm gonna tutor you for 13 days. I believe the encounter rate is already lower than it was in the original game. Or maybe it just feels lower because I don't actually have to do them all. We spent time with Dorman, a boy of 7, to provide tutoring in arithmetics, and not long ago we received a letter of thanks for our work. It stated that he had begun raising his hand to answer questions in the arithmetics class. Marked progress for a boy who had struggled with the subject in the past, and a source of great pride for us. Not only that, he is often the only child to attempt to solve the most difficult problems, and is fast becoming something of a star pupil. And we are done with errands there. Do I have any? I have some carcasses. I have a Chocobo carcass, which can get me Phoenix down. I have a Goblin carcass, which can get me Potion. And I have a couple red panther carcasses, which can give me antidotes. I didn't have any rare carcasses. Minimus the Mournful. I can no longer open my family vault. My riches are safe from robbers, but they need to be safe from me as well. Please help. Thieves? Maybe? I see Minimus the Melancholy, Minimus the Miserable, and Minimus the Mournful. So it's 3 in a row. Thief is, in fact, the recommended job for this. So a master thief, or people who are not master thieves, want to take advantage of as much of the various JP as I can. There's only the one now, but I assume that after completing this one, it will then give me the next in line and so on. Wow. Forget what I said about lower encounter rate. Clearly it's not true. Count Minimus, famed for his annual donations to the local Dorder monasteries, could not open his family vault. We managed to prise the door open and discovered the cause of the problem. Sacks and sacks of gil had been stuffed into the vault and jammed the opening mechanism. The incident was a stark reminder of the lavish lifestyles that nobles lead, but we felt Count Minimus and his charity work a shining example in our corrupt society, and so were happy to aid him. Hey, I'm actually doing something. I got a chocobo cannon. This weapon shoots fattened chocobos, which are gorged on gunpowder before being stuffed into its barrel. Highly imprecise, it never proceeded beyond the experimental stage. And I just had to exit to get Minimus the Miserable, which uh, also requires Thief, but Summoner can be helpful. Let's change one of our thieves to a Summoner. Uh, Summoner required uh, being a Time Mage and a Black Mage. I'm going to make you a Summoner and keep the other two as thieves. I can no longer open the door to my lavish mansion. My house may be safe from robbers, but it needs to be safe from me as well. Please help. So, he got locked out of his vault, but now he's locked out of his mansion. Did a sack of gil prevent the door to his mansion from opening? Count Minimus, famed in Dorder for his significant annual contributions to local monasteries, found himself unable to open the door to his mansion. By our estimations, newly added fittings of solid gold had rendered the door too heavy to open. The Count's overindulgence was surely to blame, but few would argue that the pursuit of beauty comes at a cost. After many efforts to prise open the door, we eventually succeeded, much to the Count's delight. Though he is certainly out of touch with reality, we could not help but think of the philanthropic Count as one of the few beacons of hope shining out from the corruption that runs rife within the nobility. Yay, another treasure. Blue materia. These stones, developed by the ancient Ceronians, are the result of experiments in storing knowledge within gems for later generations. They are said to enhance the abilities of the possessor. Blue materia is believed to augment supportive traits. It's your status-inducing spells. And Minimus Melancholy. The door to my cellar has been blocked by an aggressive fiend known as a trap door. The valuables I store there may be safe from robbers, but they need to be safe from me as well. Please help. For the Melancholy, we are asked to bring ninjas and potentially a summoner. So I will leave the... He already mastered it. I will make you a ninja. And I will make you a ninja. And leave the summoner as is. Thief is not enough. You need the additional combat power of a ninja to deal with a trapdoor. Not to be confused with a mimic. Trapdoor is a different beast. After defeating the creatures masquerading as Count Minimus's cellar door, we performed a search of the room as a precaution. We discovered a large cache of coin along with some rather interesting documents. The nature of these papers would take too long to explain here, but suffice to say they implicated the Count in an array of misdeeds. We apprehended him and received a considerable bounty for his capture. It was certainly not the outcome we expected. So, not as good of a person as they were led to believe. But that's not entirely unheard of for philanthropists. They throw money around to hide their misdeeds. Alright, we'll come down this way to the capital city of Zaland and see what is available. We've got a whole bunch here. So the Hindenburg, based on the money available, is a fairly early one. So I might be able to do two at once. Now, Time Major, Geomancer, Arithmetician, Mystic is the backup skill. So there's actually four that you could use. So Time Mage, Geomancer, and Arithmetician are the three main ones. But I feel like having the skill save job somewhere in there is a good idea as well. You're still working on Time Mage, so you get to be the Time Mage. And I wanted to make you a Geomancer, so you get to be the Geomancer. Actually, I wanted to make him a... and you're already a Master Mystic, so I'll make you a Mystic. And do it that way. Hindenburg. You three. Anywhere from 8 to 15 days. I was hoping it was not very... not too many high-level jobs, so that I could potentially do two at a time. We were informed that a trade ship called the Hindenburg, registered to a Zalin trade company, went down 60,000 domes into the Bay of Obel. The waters in the area make it difficult to avoid the occasional shipwreck or reef, and the local guilds take advantage of this to charge steep rates. These prohibitive costs kept the company from turning to a licensed salvage guild, so we set out to retrieve the vessel's contents. Though steep waves slowed our progress, we were able to raise the wreck. I bit my tongue. Ow. Salad and Embassy Antiques. That's asking for time mage, geomancer, and arithmetician. So I already have a time mage and a geomancer set. Select an arithmetician as well. Let me just take a quick look at the Lorraine Mining Concern and the Siege World to make sure that neither of those are particularly uh, not a problem. Monk and Dragoon for one of them, and Archer for one of them. I think I can get some archers actually. Can Radolf become an archer? Sure can. Margeria has not mastered archer. Let's make her one. And Alicia is already an archer. Yep, it's just archer. Archer, archer, archer. Anytime I can get 2 jobs done at once is just the best. Okay. Selland Embassy Antiques. We caught word that the vessel bearing gifts to the Zealand embassy had sunk. It had apparently been ravaged by strong winds, as it was almost unrecognizable when we raised it from the deep. Our efforts to bring it to the surface were rewarded by the discovery of some fine antiques in the wreckage. The artifacts were destined for display in the embassy building as a symbol of friendship between Zealand and the continent, and their partial loss will no doubt cause a rift between the two. And we got black materia. These stones, developed by the ancient Saronians, are the result of experiments in storing knowledge within gems for later generations. They are said to enhance the abilities of the possessor. Black materia is believed to harbor destructive power. And the siege wailed. One of the main trade routes between Garland and Dorder passes through the siege wailed. The route was only opened of late, and in quite a hurry, as an alternative to the bandit-ridden road that crosses the Lunelian Plateau. Most of the wood remains unexplored, but the knowledge given to us in the tavern led us to discover the ancient wonder deep within the weald. We found the Tower of Babel, a legendary tower that extends to the heavens from deep below the earth. Also called the Tower of the Colossi, this mighty spire withstood the cataclysm and is an invaluable remnant of ancient civilization. And we saw that this one required monk, among other things, which made it a little bit more difficult. Monk and Dragoon, in fact. A level 8 monk, but it is not mastered. And how about another monk? Why not? Radolf cannot yet become a monk. Um, Haemon has more bravery than Winifred. There is an achievement for having success in all errands. And this is an easy way to get some job experience without doing battles. The Lorraine mining concern went bankrupt several years ago, just after striking Mithril, and their mines have lain abandoned ever since. According to former miners, a secret vein of ore was locked behind the door at the northern reach of the mine's deepest tunnel. Information in hand, we began investigating the shafts. As anticipated, the amazing tunnels led us to a door on the mine's lowest level. We cracked it open and were blinded by a bright light. Before us was hunched the ghost of a miner, still chipping away at an enormous mineral formation. Alright, the Lionel Castle. The Dawn Queen, Father's Nightmare, and My Little Carrot. Once again, we'll look ahead to see if multiple of these can be done at once. Let's see. Father's Nightmare, which is one of them, requires order. Let's see. My Little Carrot requires order. And the Dawn Queen, Time Mage, Geomancer, Arithmetician, and or Bard. So, two of them are just order. Someone can be a bard. I don't know who. But I have it unlocked, which must mean someone can become one. I think that's how it works, that you can't become a bard unless you have access to it. Or maybe you have to have everything that leads to it unlocked, and that's what shows you it. In any case, I got my orders, and uh, only the Dawn Queen does not need it. So I can use orders for a couple things. Little Cornelia, Baron Catastro's only daughter, was kidnapped by a man calling himself Jacques le Rapetier. The ne'er-do-well was demanding the Catastro family jewels as ransom, and we were charged with making a safe exchange. We met the culprit on the pretense of delivering the treasures, and swiftly apprehended him when he appeared. As it turns out, Jacques le Rapetier was actually a man by the name of Roberts, Cornelia's tutor. The conniving girl had planned the kidnapping in an attempt to reunite her estranged parents. It worked too, and we were rewarded for the part we, albeit unwillingly, played in the reconciliation. We found the Lance of Longibon. Many adventurers have lost their lives pursuing this spear, said to be capable of piercing solid stone. Legend holds it once slew a demon that had seized control of the mortal realm. And I reached Treasure Hunter level 3. My little carrot needs the same jobs. Just for fun, I will send them all the way to Egress. Carrot, a 5-month-old Marlboro kept as a pet by Countess Zalmas, had gone missing. After an extended search, we found Carrot feeding in the hills behind the Zalmas Manor and returned her safely to the Countess. Consulting with a specialist, we learned that domesticated Marlboros regress to their wild state every fourth generation, and determined this was the cause of little Carrot's escape. I can't imagine keeping a Marlboro as a pet. Okay, so I do not have Bard, but I do have all three other jobs that it recommends as possible choices. So I should still be able to have uh, a successful attempt at the job. So let's make my Geomancer choice a Geomancer. Let's make my Time Mage a Time Mage. And let's make someone else an Arithmetician. I'm pretty sure you can't retry jobs if you're unsuccessful, but to me it just feels better if, you succeed the first try. I would go to Garland and then back. And get battles on almost every space where I can get a battle. In the original game, doing errands was a little bit more precarious because you couldn't skip wild battles, so you might find one when you don't have all of your people with you. The Dawn Queen, a merchant vessel owned by Gillesta Trading, sunk 50,000 domes into the Bay of Sugista. It transpired that the gift for the company's owner was on board. Moved by his assistant Holsuka's admiration for his superior, we hastily raised the vessel. Upon recovery of the cargo, we were surprised to hear that Holsuka had, in truth, been worried only for his job. Alright. Let's come over to the Clockwork City of Gaug. 3 more available here. There are a lot of errands in this game. Sooner or later I'll have to, like, copy this list into a document of my own and mark off the ones that I've done. So that I know. Mrs. Legacy is... Because there are, like, 96, I believe, jobs available in this game. And we've certainly done quite a few. But obviously there's 3 more available here right now. Mesa's Legacy, there it is. Time Mage, Geomancer, and Arithmetician. Let's see if either of the other ones are less necessary. Knight, Monk, and Chemist for the Durga. And Monster in the Well needs orders. Well, since we already have people as order, never mind. I had people as order. I have the Time Mage, Geomancer, and Arithmetician, though. So I can do that easily enough. And then for the other one, Knight, monk, and chemist. Well, you're already a monk. Let's make you a chemist. And let's just send Lavian. She's already a knight. Monk, chemist, knight. Everyone is back. We learned that the Durga, a merchant ship owned by Barnville Imports, had sunk 140 domes into the Gulf of Garnon. As the Durga carried a number of valuable goods from the farthest corners of the continent, company representatives were understandably anxious. Though a portion of her cargo had been lost to the currents, we raised the vessel and retrieved a number of items, much to the relief of the owners. Mesa's Musings, a fictional work depicting the life of the Savior Mesa. The book is badly damaged with only the introduction remaining legible. Interestingly, Mesa's Legacy is the other job we can currently do. Wait, wait, I did the... I messed up. I meant to send these people with these jobs on Mesa's Legacy, not on Monster in the Well. Because Monster in the Well needs orders. Well, we'll see if it worked out anyway. Okay, it worked out. We were asked by residents of a town on the outskirts of Gaug to defeat a monster living in an abandoned well. What we found in its dark, dank bottom was a monster of human shape, covered from head to toe in mud, and it took all of our strength to defeat it. From its remains crawled a bedraggled man, caked in filth. It seems that he had taken shelter in the well, only to be engulfed by a fetid mud monster. All things considered, the man seemed in good health, and the local residents were happy to have the matter resolved. I am rather pleased. You did it without the job I expected. Now do the job that I planned for you to do. We learned that the ship said to belong to Mesa, the hero king who saved humanity in the cataclysm, had foundered not far off the shores of Gaug. We immediately set to work and succeeded in raising the great vessel. However, a cursory examination of the ship revealed modern construction. We later learned that the vessel belonged to the Estuar Trading Company in Gaug. The tip-off was little more than a tall tale, but the traders were delighted to have found their vessel all the same. Though we had hoped for more, the experience was valuable in itself. Alright. We already did Lionel Castle, and Golgotha Gallows is not actually a town. It's just a place where you don't have to battle. So let's check the port city of Wargilis. Rain swept slopes in the darkness and the wandering gambler. Let's take a look.
In the Darkness is one of them. Samurai, Ninja, and Monk. That's not an easy one. Rain-Swept Slopes needs Knight, Archer, and Dragoon, or Samurai. And uh, the Wandering Gambler is Thief, Orator, and possibly Dancer. So yeah, it looks like I'll be doing these one at a time. Standing Within the Darkness, Samurai, Ninja, and Monk. I already have someone as a monk. The cave on the outskirts of Orgilis led through a complex of narrow tunnels to a vast underground lake. As we stared in awe across the water, we felt eyes upon our backs and turned to see a pack of red mouses ready to pounce. After overcoming our foes, we saw an astonishing sight. The blossom of a whisper weed, a plant that blooms only once in several millennia. Could the monsters have been protecting it? Mouses? Mooses? I cannot say I know. Alright, going straight down the list to rain rain swept slopes. I will keep you as a samurai. I don't necessarily need it. That's a skill save job for this one. But knight and archer are the other jobs. You know what? Yeah, I'll give you some knight experience, and I'll give you some archer experience. You don't necessarily need it, but it's possible that they could actually do a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I want to make them the highest levels and get them job experience as many jobs as possible. Mount Vector is a mysterious place where rain falls incessantly all year round. So it's Seattle? When we arrived, the rain was not heavy nor was it drizzle and served to soothe our weary bones. Geothermal activity in the region warms the ground, never mind, which along with the cool rain swallows the mountain in mist. Such it is that the local folklore tells of white demons that prey on travelers. As luck would have it, a brief break in the mist revealed an ancient wonder. Our work complete, we bid this oasis for the soul of a reluctant farewell before continuing on our journey. Oasis for the soul, a reluctant farewell. Well, you were mistaken. Pandemonium, the city of the ancient Palamutian Empire, with peaks exceeding 9,000 domes, the towering mountain range encircling the city guarded it from even the most ambitious airship captains. A warping device was the only means of bypassing this natural barrier. And we get Adventurer level 4. None of it matters, but it's still nice to get things. Wandering Gambler, Thief, Orator, and Dancer if it can be managed, but uh, no one can become a dancer, which is the female version of Bard. Men become bards, females become dancers, in this game at least. So since I cannot have a dancer, but I can have thieves and orders, let's make Hamon a thief, and hang on, let's make Hamon and Winifred orders, and make Margeria a thief. And we'll try it like that. That's 7 areas away. Which means it is long enough. The Blackjack, a famous casino ship beloved of many a noble, had docked in Morgilas, and we sneaked aboard hoping to try our luck with a few bets. The ship is a venue for all manner of games of chance, and is popular with many gamblers. The information we received in the tavern suggested that one of the games on the starboard side had been paying out quite generously, and we set out to find it. And we must have, because we returned with healthy winnings. The owner of the ship, a man of 27 named Setzer, told us he plans to continue providing his brand of entertainment to the world despite the ongoing unrest. Setzer is a character in Final Fantasy VI, which is my favorite Final Fantasy game. Narrowly beating out this one. Alright, we completed Wargilis. So we've done Egros, we've done Garland, we've done Dorder, we've done Zaland, we've done Lionel Castle, we've done Gaug, and we've done Port City of Wargilis. We still have Riovanus Castle, Yardro, Lasalia, and Brevenia. We need to do story to reach Zeltenia, and we need to be able to beat the things here before we can do Golland, but we can do any other. Ooh, my mom's willing to pick up dinner today. That is nice of her. I'll have to answer that before too long. Yeah, I know doing all of these uh, is not the most exciting thing I could be doing today, but I am at the point where I'm concerned that I've made too much progress in the game to actually be able to complete all of them. On the chance that I haven't, though, I want to get as many done as possible. Okay, Gledia Isle. I did see that one, and know that it unlocks another one. But now I'm having trouble finding it again. That's another reason to copy this over and delete the ones that I've already done, just so that it's easier to find what's left. Alright, I'll come back to that. Via's Wish, I was just looking at. Oh, and there's Gledia Isle. Via's Wish needs ninjas. Gledia Isle needs Time Mage, Geomancer, Arithmetician, and or Mystic. Secret Society Secrets and Letter d'Amour. The letter, the thief in order. The Secret Society Secrets is Squire and Samurai. Okay, so all of these people mastered Squire, right? Yeah. Except for Radolf. Let's make him a Squire. Squire is the main job here. So I'll send Radolf and Lad as Squires and Little John as a Samurai. And then coming up to Fia's Wish, which needs ninjas. I'll make these 3 ninjas. I'm gonna have to do some crazy stuff with uh, equipment when I'm done with all this. So Fia's Wish was ninjas. And it's the Secret Society Secrets, that is Squires and the Samurai. That's only 3 days. You can finish that one pretty quickly. But we have only the one, the wetlands for a possible battle. And then we have Ziekten and Ikros on the other side. So let's go ahead and do everything. The Brana clan has been defeated at last. These pirates had been plundering small fishing villages on the outskirts of the region, taking hostages from each to keep others from calling for help. But thanks to the bravery of a girl of 10 named Fia, who sent a message of distress from a tiny fishing village near Riovanna's castle, we learned of the pirates' antics and brought the craven lot to justice. And the other one? A secret society requested that we follow 3 suspects believed to be spies that had infiltrated the organization. We determined that the spy was a certain Hekern Mauer, a man of 140, who had been lured by a rebel group to turn traitor. Through his testimony, we learned the society had been trafficking in the plumes of the resplendent chocobo, an endangered variety. Along with Mauer, we searched their base, where we found enough evidence to take down the entire syndicate. We received a considerable reward for our efforts. Alright. Lydia Isle is Time Mage, Geomancer, and Arithmetician, unless I want to include a Mystic. Geomancer, I've been working on there. Time Mage, I've been working on. Let's bring in let's bring in Arithmetician. Foundered Vessel, which becomes available after this, uses the same jobs. Lettre d'amour. It's more French. Most of this game has been a lot about British. Thief in Order. I think I can make that happen. Because I can make you an order. Radolf can become a thief now. Lad cannot become either. Alicia can become a thief, though. Okay. So I need the thieves and the order. And then for the other one. Alright. Always a relief when you can get so many done at once. Gledia Isle lies 40,000 domes into the inlet of Riovanus. Currents in the area run swift and shallow, making shipwrecks a common occurrence. However, as the most direct route to local harbors, unwitting merchants still attempt the crossing. The wreck we salvaged proved difficult to raise, but within its hold we found a cache of wares from the continent. We got a black cat. This figurine of a black cat has eyes of lapis lazuli and claws inlaid with diamonds. A piece of considerable antiquity, it is highly sought after among collectors. I say lazuli, but I've heard lazuli as well. The intended recipient of the Bard Edward's letter was Anna, the golden voice of Argilis. Although their work rarely allows the two to meet, they have exchanged love letters for years. We ensured this one too was delivered safely, much to the delight of both parties. A heartwarming errand, to be sure. A Oilvert. The momentous events described in this book, if true, hold the potential to rewrite the pages of history. It documents the life of a woman now all but forgotten. And when I leave, a new errand will become available. I'm gonna head to Wargelis to see if there's another leather one there. It's farther than I need to go, but indeed, love is in the air. I thought maybe, possibly, and as it turns out, I was correct. Every now and then I figure things out without needing to look them up. Thief and Order is still what is requested for this job as well. So since I still have Thieves and Orders, I need to get back to Riovanus to complete this one. Another ship ran aground off Glydia Isle, some 40,000 domes into the inlet of Riovanus. The ship was the Delphi, a large trading vessel owned by East Gable Merchantry, which we managed to refloat. As the ship was unregistered, the port guards conducted a routine search when we returned and discovered a large quantity of illegal narcotics worth some 70 million gil on the open market. The merchant company is currently under criminal investigation, and we received a small reward for our full cooperation in the matter. We only have 345,000 gil. We did get a purse for that, though. Alright. All the way back to Wargelis. Regarding the letter. Anna, the renowned singer, is to be married. After 7 years of long-distance courtship, a date is finally set. The lucky man is none other than Edward, a bard employed at Riovanus. We were greatly honored to hear the news firsthand. Edward's gentlemanly manner has caused many to suspect he may be a prince, mayhap of continental royalty. Nevertheless, his charm is no doubt what attracted Anna to him. We wish the two of them every happiness. We got the statuette of Lilith. This stone idol depicts Lilith, a goddess heralded as both the first fiend and the mother of all life. Warriors through the ages have sought this figurine, believing it to grant strength. And Treasure Hunter went up to level 3, or level 4, from level 3. And that did not grant any new uh, errands. So I believe that love story to be concluded. Let's see what the walled city of Yardra has for us. Diving expedition tour and the Falcon. Diving expedition tour needs knight, monk, and archer. That's easy. I will make you a knight. Alicia is still an archer. I can make Lavian a monk. And then the other one was called the Falcon. Knight, monk, and archer. Well, I can still make other people knights, monks, and archers. You mastered archer, but you never did knight. I've been making you a monk somewhat regularly. And you can be an archer. Alright. Alright. That's one complete. We were told of a sunken cargo vessel known as the Falcon at the bottom of the West Bugras Sea. The Falcon was thought to have encountered a typhoon as it carried tributes from the continent, sinking the ship. We succeeded in raising the wreckage from the sea floor and retrieving the lost tributes. The ship's hull bore the terrible scars of a furious storm, a solemn reminder to the dangers of ocean travel. A tobacco pipe. This ornate pipe, once belonging to an infamous thief from the East, is primarily used for smoking tobacco. Crafted of goldentite, a hard mineral, it can also serve as a reliable weapon in desperate times. And we need to complete the other one. We took part in a diving expedition sponsored by Thompson Traders, an outfit located in Yardro. Participants came from many walks of life, but most were children of the nobility, eager to experience life as a professional diver. We were even fortunate enough to come across a sunken wreck, and within it a sack bursting with gill. Diving is not easy work, but our efforts paid dividends despite the exhaustion. Alright, let's go to the Salia. Salvage Expedition Tour, Abandoned Mine, and Frontier Expedition. This here, Frontier Conquest, which is a different word. Abandoned mine requires geomancers. Only geomancers. Let's make people geomancers. Uh, Salvage expedition tour needs that usual time mancer, geomancer, arithmetician group. And I don't see the frontier one. Frontier expedition. I see frontier contest. First, second, and third. There's frontier expedition. Archers. You did not master archer. Radolf can be an archer. Alicia has been an archer for ages now. Frontier expedition. Archers. Archer. Archer. I do all days just because it increases your chance of success. The abandoned mine expedition was sponsored by the Thessalia Miners Guild. Most attendees were noble children from coastal regions looking for a new experience under safe supervision. Luckily for us, we struck a vein of ore and even uncovered some lost treasure in the process. A rat tail, long used by sorcerers as a magical reagent, this exquisite delicacy was once the catalyst for a full-scale war. It has an extremely potent flavor. And Frontier Expedition. We took part in an expedition to Ivalice's unexplored frontier, arranged by a local mercantile outfit. Such trips are popular with noble classes these days, for the prospect of discovering lost wonders gives hopes to those exhausted by the hopelessness of everyday life. More people attended than expected, so we divided ourselves into several groups and set off at sunrise to explore. We forged deep into the jungle and stumbled across an ancient wonder. Summit Falls, a site of significance for the ancient Peloponesian Empire. Mithril was mined beneath these majestic falls, while Extasium, a fuel used by the airships of the day, could be gleaned from their magical waters. Alright, salvage expedition tour. I need to make some changes. I will leave little John as he is. I will make you an arithmetician, and I will make you a time mage. Alright. After this, we only have one more city to work on for now. The Salvage Expedition tour was sponsored by the Celia Commercial Enterprises. Most attendees were young men and women from landlocked regions and were excited to scour the depths for sunken treasure, all under the safe supervision of experts. Happily, we found a sunken hole, like as not placed there by hosts, and succeeded in rescuing it from its watery grave. It was far more enjoyable than we had imagined. We got a coin blade, once used as a divination tool by a caravan of nomadic merchants. Coins engraved with foreign markings have been strung together in the shape of a sword, hence the given name. No errands available here. And I haven't gotten a message that more are available in some time. But there are 5 available here. I mean, it is a city I just unlocked. It is not surprising that I would find something here. Alright, I'm going to go in from the top. Archers are needed for this. So the people that I made archers are good to go. Alright, if I go down to the next one, archers are also wanted for that. So I will come back to Beta Sand Waste. Eek's Testimony. Archer. Past Glory. Monk and Geomancer. That's better. I still have you as a Geomancer. But I can make these 2 monks. That was Past Glory that I was looking at, yes. Monks and Geomancer. Lots of archers needed. 3 fights on the way there. Guess how many on the way back? I think 2. None. Past Glory. We visited Balvac Mine to determine if the rumors of hidden veins of ore were true. To our surprise, the tunnels were full of people, apparently privy to the same rumor as us. Together we searched the old tunnels for any sign of a seam. All of a sudden, one of the miners remarked, "The days of the silver rush have returned." What could that man have seen in that empty shell of a mine? The unmistakable glint of silver, mayhap? Perchance. Parade Helm. Designed for victory parades, the ceremonial helm favors flair over function. The myriad precious stones adorning the helm attest to the affluence of a once great nation. Treasure Hunter level 5. But also, adventurers wanted. The Vashans are an unusual group of adventurers, exploring regions previously untouched by man, and then compiling their experiences into book form for inquisitive city dwellers. As their notoriety has grown, so have their numbers, but the captain's natural leadership ability allows her to easily coordinate their efforts. She recorded every detail of our journey, from the first step to the successful discovery of an ancient wonder. We look forward to reading it later, and hopefully our names in print. Tosis Village. A race of gnomes known as the Lilliputians inhabits this village. These gnomes were ruled by a merciless dictator until a mighty giant known as Atlas freed them at long last from their oppression. The name Tosis derives from an ancient word meaning very distant place. And adventure went up to level 5. So we saw that the other ones required archers as well. Oops. So I'll go ahead and do that. I had not seen Endless Caverns yet, though. Geomancer. Specifically Geomancer. We already have one as a Geomancer, but let's make the others one as well. I guess having Geomancers in caverns makes sense, as they're able to control the land. 1, 2, 3. We returned from the endless caverns furnished with the knowledge of why none had ever before returned. We discovered veins of strongly magnetic ore that dulled the senses, and the repetitive grid-like structure of the caverns, surely no natural formation, paralyzed all sense of direction. However, marking our path from the entrance allowed us to escape and at last dispel the mystery surrounding the caverns. While we discovered no ore that would turn a profit, the experience itself was of great value. Goliath bread. Though no longer made in the modern age, these hefty loaves of leavened bread were once eaten for the energy they impart. An acquired taste enjoyed mainly by adults, this scroll contains the last known copy of the recipe. Looks like a croissant. The bed of sand waste crawls with monsters, a fact we were warned of on the very day we set off in search of the lost ruins. When the sky blackens by day, a monster known as a sandworm is said to appear, bringing with it stinging sandstorms that shut the desert off from the outside world. Of a sudden, as we crested the dune, we saw the ruin before us. The skies then darkened and the sandstorm began to march in. Whether this was an attempt to protect the ruin's legacy or a warning to leave, none of us could say. Our expedition thus ended, and the mysteries of the ruin only deepened. Phantom Train. Again, Final Fantasy VI. The Phantom Train became so known for its primary purpose during an ancient age of war, the transport of battalions of the ghastly enthralled, a race of artificial monsters. It is also called the Chariot of the Damned. And this was archers as well. She's a thief, not an archer. It doesn't really matter. I'm still succeeding at these, but it annoys me that I made that mistake. Archer, archer, archer. Two, three. Every possible spot on the way that could contain a battle did. But I escaped all but one on the way back. We headed off to Brevenia to investigate the farmer's tale we heard in the tavern, hopeful of locating the ruins. The mountain was beautiful, bathed in fog like a picture from a fairy tale, and peeking out from behind that white veil, the ancient wonder itself. Yet even in that seemingly untouched wilderness, the effects of the war were evident. We will not tell you exactly what we saw there. It is best seen for oneself. We left with mixed emotions, knowing that even this hidden enclave of paradise would eventually disappear. Eureka! This once prosperous capital of the Kashka dynasty was destroyed in the Cataclysm, along with the vast legacy of its royal family. It is now a necrohall, populated by spirits drawn to the shades of past glory. Whew. And adventure level 6. We're finding yet another wonder. Okay. We've had things added to the encyclopedia, undoubtedly. Learning more about certain people, including Beowulf. We've learned more about areas and some more terms. We saw some more events. We gained additional reading material. I don't think I actually have to do those for anything. Stratagems for battle? Yes, this shows me all the artifacts and all the wonders I found. And this shows me all the errands I've completed. A significant number. But as is the usual, I will look at that off screen. So I think I want to do Fineth Creek today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the left trigger to remove all equipment from everyone, including Ramsa. But I will leave Agrias and as she is. Okay. So first Ramsa, I'm going to continue working on Dragoon with him. Little John, I'm going to leave him as a Geomancer for now. Haemon, we'll continue working on Black Mage. Winifred will go back to Time Mage. Margeria, Mastered Chemist. Make you a White Mage for the stuff I need. And that should be more or less the proper things. Little John, I want to make his secondary fundaments. And JP boost if I'm getting JP. Make Ramsa his metal. And JP boost. If I have JP boost, then the Ring of Aptitude is worthless. You have movement +2 available. Let's switch to that. We will go to the outfitter just to make sure that this particular outfitter doesn't have anything better for me. In anything. I want to go back to our proper city and see if I have a better helm for Agrias. Apparently the circlet is the best. Alright, so if anyone stuck around through all of that, uh, through all of those jobs, it is now time to actually do a battle. We can bring 5 units again in 2 groups. I will bring Little John. I'm not going to bring the Time Mage this battle, I don't think. Actually, I'm not going to bring either of the mages this battle. I want Mustadio and Agrius for once. Monsters. Exclusively monsters. Defeat all enemies. So there are red chocobos, a black chocobo, a yellow chocobo, and what looks to be kind of like a Moogle. Choco Meteor can hit from that distance. Mustadio might just die. It's a pig. Because that black chocobo goes next. And Mustadio is in the way. Let's do a shout and hope that they attack Ramza instead. But yeah, Mustadio's just dead. Like right away. And I have no way to bring him back. Red chocobos are just terrifying. It's not like I know. She knows nothing. I didn't save after teaching her stuff. After teaching her the cures. Because I then went on and got absolutely destroyed. Good show. Why can I not hit it from... I was hoping for the instant KO. I did not get it. The Choco Meteor will finish her off. I was not prepared for this battle at all. It's so much worse than I thought it was going to be. Red Chocobos are just one of the most devastating enemies in the entire game. I mean, I'll just play it out. She does get revived thanks to the Chantage. But it's not going to matter too much when I get hit by another meteor and everyone's dead at the same time. Which is going to happen right now. Wow. I can look through abilities. I've I can learn almost everything here. Really, if I'm going to use her as a white mage, I should have raised before I do it. I loaded the wrong one, I think, at some point. Because he had vertical jump 7. But this is one I'm going to use because, well, I'm not going to, uh, I'm not going to give up having done all of those errands. That would be foolish. I brought this Bustadio and he got to do nothing. She could do a lot as a mage if she wanted to. You need both a trigger value and a target variable to use arithmetician. I am not in the right mind space to explain exactly how arithmetician works right now. But it is potentially one of the more powerful jobs you can possibly have. Mm-hmm. Deals half the damage in turn and recover HP by the same amount. Grants JP and job experience upon moving. Movement cannot be reset. And they have experience boost. There's an ability somewhere. Is it in order? Yeah, tame. It's a critically wounded enemy to become an ally. So I would have to be able to critically wound them first before it would matter. We're just gonna give it another try and see if we get lucky. But if not, then now we'll have to try again. I'm going to delete my other save data because I'm getting confused of what I have and have not done. Like even older ones. That's a different character. So I will make 2 saves right here though, so that if something does go wrong, I don't completely lose it. So I'm going to start them further back. The reason I want Mustadio is that he's a chemist. Uh, he can help by using items to heal. Wait, there's only 2 red chocobos this time. It's not fixed. There's 3 yellow chocobos. Choco pellets though is still dangerous. Can I disable you possibly? 57%? I failed. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get lucky and kill it. I did not get the instant KO. Oh, wow. That is a greater distance than I imagined. And Mustadio is going down again. Mustadio is just too squishy. He's giving me a lot of problems. They have over 400 health. Even my jump only does 198. Geomancy does next to nothing. Yeah, they're doing hundreds upon hundreds of damage with their moves. And I do not have 400 HP with anyone like they do. As much as it sucks, I see no path to victory right now. I mean, I'm praying for instant KOs, and that just should not be necessary to win a battle. I just want a red chocobo to die. I don't see a way forward here. And I did not mean to do that. If there's no red chocobos, I might do it anyway, though. And this time there's only one red chocobo. Lots of yellow chocobos. Lots of yellow chocobos. Give yourself a shell in case they try a meteor. We got a we got a counter on the red that did a bit. That's submerged too. He would not be able to act from there. Damn it! If I had been able to hit the red chocobo, I might have actually won this battle. I'm gonna cast Meteor. Nope, it does 300 damage with a pack. I need to get lucky enough to kill the red chocobo to win. If I miss a couple times, then I just straight up lose. The red chocobo is dead, but it's just too late at this point. Not load, I wanted to return to the title screen. Here, yeah, world map. Okay, so I can't win that battle right now. The monsters are just too strong. And I couldn't win the second battle at the mining town because the behemoths were too strong. So I'm going to have to do more training. Either that or come up with a strategy like I did for Meliadel. So I'll look into it and try and figure out what I can do. In the meantime, I don't really have anything else to do. I did all my errands. There are no new rumors. Oh, come on! Why did you go that way? It should be automatic that you don't go through a place like that. Yeah, I'll just do a battle with these people. A battle that I think I can win. We've got a panther, we've got a goblin, got a yellow chocobo, another panther and goblin. Yeah, this should not be a problem. We should be able to win this one. Now, part of the problem with Agrius and Mustadio is that I haven't really been training them when I've been doing training. Because the training I did between the previous stream and this one was purely to try and get people the arithmetician skill so that they could, you know, uh, help. It only does 48. But I was more trying to soften him up in the hopes that maybe something like Thundara could finish him off. If I cast Hastia instead, that has better elevation. I did not even realize that that would affect Ramsa. Oh, I left him with 1 health. That's annoying. And he's going to act before any of us. And I don't have any way to raise anyone. So I'm going to lose this battle too. Because I did not check if Ramza would be safe from the magic I was casting. At least I can kill one enemy. And I got a Geomancer achievement. Even though there's a Chrome notification in my way, so I can't see that corner anymore. Will Meteor go before any of them? No. Neither will that, actually. Gravity will. I accidentally did shell instead of protect. I mean, if Ramsey goes down, we just automatically lose. It will not act before one of the goblins acts. So I'm going to cast it here. And we'll try and slow everyone. No magic for me. I am doomed to death. Because Ramses' next turn is coming up. Even that won't be enough. Not there. Problem is Ramses' turn goes there. And if Ramses becomes a crystal, then it's just over. I can win that one, is a problem. I just need to not accidentally spell Ramza. It also helps if he doesn't take as much damage to begin with. Not shell. None of these enemies are going to cast a spell on me. I actually don't know if Ramza will come back down before that's cast. He did. I did not think he could actually counter the jump. But I guess I learned something new. Alright, this time Ramza was successful in killing the panther rather than dying himself. I will give him a cure. We're going to get some good damage on that goblin. In the meantime, I'm going to boost some stats. Let's get a protect on the squishy ones. Oh, darn it. Alright, Geomancy just isn't very useful, is it? Why are they dodging 80% chances over and over again? I want to use a lot of, fundaments to get experience and job points. I'm going to try and get this chocobo down, though. I'm just going to wait for now. Alright, the chocobo cannot use its massive range to attack anyone, and also cannot heal anyone. Can I move? I cannot move within 2 tiles of him. But I can jump. Now, I'll come over here. Make sure that I get the crystal and no one else does. Oh, that's very, very bad. Shell will not go before Blizzard, nor will Kier. He's about to kill himself. Well, then I can't take quite as long as I wanted to here. Okay, I at least wanted to win a battle rather than die to end the stream. You never want to end on death if you can avoid it. And Little John is very, very close to mastering Geomancer. I didn't get enough to learn higher level spells, but got a little bit. You still need 15, still need several thousand actually. I can't believe I messed everything up in what I was trying to do. Okay, raise so I can actually bring people back. And now Ramza is only one skill away again. Okay, so with that, I'm going to end off the stream. If you watched live on YouTube or Twitch, whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate it. If you are watching the archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I feel like I did that wrong. Let me try again. If you watched live on YouTube or Twitch, thank you for being here. Whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate you. If you're watching the archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I hope that however your day is going, it is progressing favorably for you. And I will see you in the next one.